We talked about it. The goal all along was to, make sure that we kept Trey here, and looks like very, very soon in the near future we'll get that accomplished. So I think it's excitement all the way around.
And we talked a little bit the other day about just how valuable he is for the future of the franchise. What do you see when you look at him? What do you see just as far as potential, what he can be down the road? Once he really settles into who he is.
Just starting with the fact that Trey is an unbelievable human being. Having an opportunity to be around him, going on 4 seasons now, just high-level character. His parents, I know they're extremely proud of him and what he's accomplishing so far. And then on the floor, his size and his talent. His ability to guard multiple positions, rebound the ball defensively, his ability to shoot the ball from unlimited range, and then he's one of the best at shot faking, getting to the basket and finishing. So he adds a ton of value to our program and to our team.
You've seen him literally from the beginning. I wonder what's maybe the thing that you're most proud about from where you've seen him grow from his rookie year to now.
I'm proud of the fact that I told him, you can't even play for me, go to the G League for a little bit and learn how to play. And I was tough on him. His parents were tough on him. And he's a young guy that knows how to fight through adversity. And that's what he's done. Adversity for him was like, okay, I'm not ready for the speed and strength, but I'm going to do what I need to do to get myself ready. And then by middle of his first season, he was with us and helping us a ton. And it's just great to see all of our guys, any of our guys that get an opportunity to be rewarded for, the hard work and dedication that they put into this.
Can he be the type of player that can make you pay if you go and guard him? Where I think he could be a guy that can go off the dribble and take it strong to the basket and add that to his game?
Well, I think the biggest thing is like, what does he do? What does he do now that's extremely valuable for every team? And he's a guy that spreads the floor offensively. He shoots it at a high level. He can put it on the floor and get to the basket, especially taking advantage of closeouts. We want his rebounding to get even better, and then defensively, we saw the last half of the season that he got better and better at guarding some primetime guys. I think to your point, he will be able to add at times during the game where he has the ball in his hands and he's making more decisions.
You said the other day, Hawk definitely rotation guys starting out this year. Jose has been hugely impactful for this team the past few years. What are your thoughts on those two guys and potentially sharing minutes and lineups with those two on the floor at the same time?
Yeah, I think we talked about it a little bit yesterday. I'm gonna have some really difficult challenges moving forward, but Jose and Hawk have been really good all training camp, all preseason. We've kind of kept them together on the same team on the second unit, and they both have earned an opportunity to play. And so we look forward to getting on the floor, and it's going to be collective, especially with Trey not being able to go right now.
When you look at just the future of the franchise, having Trey, DeJounte, Herb, Z all under contract for the next few years, how much security does that provide knowing this is going to be the vision for the franchise? These are the guys we're betting on.
Well, that's a credit to David Griffin and the high caliber individuals that he brings into this organization, and then being able to get all the guys that you mentioned locked into contracts that will, not guarantee us, but it will definitely give us an opportunity to be a competitive team moving forward.
When you talk about Trey just being a quality type of person, how would you describe just the way he is on a daily basis, just his sense of humor and all that stuff?
The kid, it's like he never have a bad day. He comes in, he's got great energy, he's got a great smile. He has a unique relationship with all of his teammates and all the staff here. He's just, he's one of the guys that becomes a pillar of your program. And he and Herb, from the time they've gotten here, Jose, they've elevated this group.
Willie, can you give us some insight in what these last couple of days before the regular season starts, the process is for the coaching staff? And for instance, Steve Kerr, I know, talks to all the players, tells them what his expected roles are of them. Do you do something similar?
Yeah. This week is definitely covering some of those concepts, talking to individual players, talking about roles, expectations. making sure that we start dialing in on Chicago on the game Wednesday, tightening some screws here on the floor. So that's pretty much it. But a lot of what you're saying Steve is doing and most coaches are doing in the league is kind of talking to their players, letting them know what's expected.
When talking about the Bulls, their best player in the last few years has been DeMar DeRozan, but obviously he's not there anymore. So where does the focus go with that group, especially maybe not knowing exactly how they're going to play going into the regular season?
Well, Levine is back. He's healthy. Vucevic will be – those two guys will be their key guys. Kobe White, he came into his own the last couple seasons, so he's definitely a force. They got a good team. They have a good team. They play hard. They play fast. And you got to outmatch their energy.
I know Trey's kind of working away from his hamstring. Are all your regulars, everyone else is good right now? Like, are all your regulars able to practice and all that right now?
Yeah, so far so good. DeJounte he's been away with a family emergency. But other than that, everybody's been fine.
Do you know if you'll have him Wednesday? Is it too early to tell right now?
We're hopeful. But things are looking up for sure. So we're hopeful to have them Wednesday.
It's the first of 82, but still, what are you looking to see on Wednesday night?
Well, we're hoping and we're working towards being a team that goes out every night and competing at a high level, bringing energy and effort, a team that's disciplined, and a team that, on top of everything that I just said, goes out and plays the game with joy and have fun doing it. And I think when you have that ingredients, that's an ingredient that allows you to have some success.
Along the lines of what Les just says, it's still incredible that you think the last 2 years, one game made that much of a difference. Three-way tie for first last year. It's crazy, isn't it?
It is. It's crazy, but that's the NBA, and we talk about it every year, how important it is to make sure we're detailed, make sure we tie up loose ends, because it can make or break a season. It comes down to sometimes that one game, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a team that has won one game ahead of us the last two seasons is the Western Conference Finals. So that's how important it is to try to win as many games as you can.
You mentioned Levine, and obviously he was out for most, if not all, of last season. But from what he's done in this league, just what makes sense to you?
Well, he's a highly talented player. He can shoot the ball. He can drive it. He can play off the ball. He can play it off the bounce a bit. So, he's a guy that's been in this league a while now. He's a veteran, and he knows how to get it done. So we're going to have to pay close attention to him. We're going to have to try to make him work on the defensive end.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Excited for year two. Just excited. See what's going to happen, all the ups and downs this year coming up. So.
Coach says he talks to every player, kind of, what does he want to see to start the season, your goals, expectation levels, something like that. You share any of those with us?
Just get better. At the end of the day, that's all you can do is get better. Just getting better, doing anything I can to help the team win. Just go out and do me, be the best person I can be. At the end of the day, that's all you can do.
49 wins last year, still landed you in the play-in tournament. Yeah. How much of a beast is the West?
Man, it's crazy. I think if he was in the East, 49 wins, he'd probably be a top 5 seed. So that's even harder this year. We gotta be on our A game every game. It's no easy game in the West. It's gonna be a fun year for the conference. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen.
So has everybody let Trey know that dinner's on him for the next week?
Dinner's been on Trey, so it's nothing for me. Nothing has changed. So I'm gonna continue handing him that bill. So I might go through his closet now too. So.
I'm sure you're a guy who really appreciates great outside shooting. What makes Trey a unique outside shooter?
It's like 6'9", 6'8", can shoot it from the parking lot, and he has a really quick release. That's not really often for a tall guy like him, and he's really athletic. So yeah, he's a very versatile shooter. He's becoming a scorer in a way too. So yeah.
And as a young player stepping into a situation where they've got Z under contract, DeJounte, Herb, so much of the core, you know what it's going to look like for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
How much comfort does that kind of bring on what y'all are building toward?
I mean, that's dope. I mean, I don't know anything about the contract stuff. I mean, I just got here. I'm still learning everything, so I'm just going out there and hoop. It's good to be out here with the guys. I love playing with the guys out there now, so I just think they make it easier for me. They're such good players. So, yeah.
And George, since you first got here last season, have you noticed any differences in Trey, where there's some maturity in his game or off the court?
Absolutely. Just what I think he's more involved as a leader. Even from last year to this year, he's been talking to me a lot more, telling me a lot more since he's been out with that injury. So I think his leadership has been incredible. I mean, he probably don't know, but everything he says, I do listen to him. So yeah.
And with you, him, and CJ, just the amount of three-point shooting y'all can have on this team, how exciting is that? Just knowing what y'all can do on the next.
Very exciting. I think the four is going to be really spaced out, playing with shooters like that. I mean, I know if one of us not on, the other two going to be on. If CJ not on, me and Trey going to be on. Trey not on, me and CJ going to be on. Notice how I said I wasn't going to be on. So that's going to be, but it's going to be fun. So yeah, it's going to be real fun out there. Yeah.
You talked about the difference going into year 2, I guess, compared to your rookie year. How much do you think it's helped you, like in preseason training camp, to go up against like Herb and DeJounte, like defenders like that?
Even my rookie year, I think Herb guarded me like every single day. Every single day Herb guarded me. And I just think that just got me better because, I mean, if you can score on Herb, you probably can score on anybody in the NBA easily. So I think it's been really helpful. Is now adding DeJounte is such a great defender on the outside, on the perimeter. I think that helps as well.
We've all been putting that work in the gym, and we're just ready to go. We got a great group here, and we're just excited to see what the season has in store for us.
And obviously, the team's got a little bit of a different look. Y'all plan on playing a different style. How much comfort do y'all have right now in some of the changes y'all implementing?
Yeah, no, I think we'll be comfortable with the situations we put in. We're a smaller group, but it gives us a chance to play fast, be a lot more versatile than we have been. So I think it's gonna be fun. It's fun to figure out what direction we want to go with that, but I think there's a lot of different ways we can go with it.
Offensively, how different does it feel from last year?
I would say we're just fast. We got a lot of wings. We got a lot of the bigs are fast as well. We get out in transition, get back in transition. So I think we're just gonna be a lot more faster this year, which will be a lot of fun to play with.
Because of the versatility, do you have to start the season kind of understanding that your role and your minutes could change from night to night based on a lot of different factors?
Yeah, for sure. I think the NBA brings a lot of unexpected things. You just have to be ready for any situation that comes forth. So, we're prepared for that. Each player does their preparation for those situations. So we're ready for anything.
The West last year was just 1 or 2 games can make a huge difference in the standings. If you look at projections right now, it's like 1 or 2 games. Maybe it could. Are you aware of just in the West, especially the margin for error is just nothing?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, last year, thinking that if we would have won, we won 51-50 last year, or 49, 51, 50. And to be a 7-8 seed in the play-in, that's kind of a crazy thought to think about. So it definitely ups the stakes on every single game this season to be prepared and as ready as possible for them.
I think a lot of people look at what y'all want to do with these small groups and it kind of point to OKC and what they've done over the past couple of years, even dating back to when you were starting that center over there. What are some of the things that y'all put in place that kind of allowed them to have success playing, such small groups over the past couple of years?
Yeah, no, I think the league has definitely moved in that direction of kind of just being fast, a lot of threes, getting out, just getting as many shots possible. So I think we definitely have a group that can cater to those things. So, I mean, Willie has a great plan for us. We just stay prepared and be ready for those types of situations.
And after training camp, all these practices, do you have a good understanding of what your role is? Have you sat down with the coach yet? I'm sure you have. But
yeah.
You're familiar with what's going to be asked of you to do.
Yeah, no, I think it's one. I just go back to saying the same thing, just being prepared for whatever comes. The season, it's a long season. A lot of lineups can change. It's a lot of situations depending on who we play. So I think just being as prepared for any situation, being the 5, being the 4, being defensive, offensive, whatever the season brings, just being ready for that.
How good was it to see the news of trade this morning?
What happened?
Got a little extra money coming in.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I definitely tell them congrats. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, well earned, well deserved for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say with that, you've seen him work, especially for this last year. What makes him so deserving? Like how has he gotten to this point in his career?
Yeah, no, he takes his craft extremely serious. He's always in the gym working.
shoot the three. Being able to shoot the three definitely helps you in that situation. But, you know, he's a great basketball player on both ends of the floor. I know he's looked at as just a three-point shooter, but he brings a lot more to the table on both ends of the floor than just that.